Welcome to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. My name is Pep Fernandez. Johnny Nunez at the helm behind the scenes, making it happen. We appreciate you tuning in to the Inland Sports Show every single Wednesday night at 6:05. First pitch, breaking down Inland Empire sports, and of course, breaking down some high school football. And you know, Johnny, we didn't talk about this, but you can vouch for this. I think it was exactly 1 year ago this week when we had our final show in studio for a while. That's like when the pandemic really hit and things were closing down. In fact, I believe it was like today's March 10th, but last year I think it was March 11th. We did a show in studio. We were talking about CBU basketball going to the postseason, and we didn't know what was going to happen, and then everything went on lockdown. Yeah, he's giving me the big thumb. Wasn't it? It's like a year ago, like almost to the day. It's just crazy, but here we are getting ready for a spring high school football season. Unbelievable, and it's going to be a loaded spring season for high school sports. So we will have Beaumont girls soccer. They're coming off a CIF championship from last year. They will join us shortly. We also have Norco softball coach Rick Robinson. Norco, not last year because remember softball was erased essentially, but the year before that, 2019, Norco was your national champions and of course, your CIF Southern Section Division I champion. So we'll talk about Norco softball. And then at the end of the show, a live report from Las Vegas. Daryl Trujillo, our senior writer, is out there covering the CBU basketball teams at the conference tournament. We've got Adam Contreras, head football coach at Heritage, to join us in just a second. But Johnny, first, let's go ahead and punch up that graphic because I've had so many people asking me, what is up with this wacky schedule? Well, here it is for the Citrus Belt area. And we're going to have high school football on Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday mornings, and Saturday evenings. And those are the leagues. So depending on which league, whatever the home team is, that's where you will fall. For the most part, there might be some outliers, little changes here and there, but that's when we're going to have high school football for the next 5 weeks on Thursday, Friday, and the old doubleheader, a double dip on Saturday. So those are where the different leagues stack up in the Citrus Belt area, which is really our core area here for the Inland Sports Show. So with that said, let's talk some high school football with the head coach at Heritage. In fact, he's about to make his debut. It's Adam Contreras, who always makes time for us. He lets me bug him all the time. I'm sure his wife can't stand me by now. Coach Contreras, thank you for jumping on here as we get ready for your first game as the head coach out there at Heritage. But true or false, is your wife tired of me texting you all the time?
Yeah, I text you more than I text her. So she's like, well, who's this Pep guy? No, she's very supportive. She's always been supportive. And so not a problem at all. Glad to be here, Pep.
Well, Coach, you know, going back, I would say even like 3 weeks ago, I thought there was zero chance of having some sort of a high school football season. And then if I could use a sports analogy, the goalposts were moved again and football was given a chance. And here we are. It's going to be a very short, condensed, abbreviated season, 4 or 5 games for depending on the school. But, you know, how excited are you, Coach, to just get your guys back out there and now not just conditioning, but in helmets and pads and getting ready for a real football game?
Man, so excited. You know, shout out to everyone making it happen. You know, I work for a great district and they go to bat for our kids. I have a great athletic director, Scott Moore, who's up at the district office, just like vouching for these kids. Let's get them on the field. Let's make it happen. And obviously, you know, through the state, we needed something, and the county needed some things to happen. But, you know, the district just cares about our kids. And, Mr. Bennett was at practice today, and he's our superintendent. And he cares about the kids, and just happy to be out there, man. And the cool thing was, we had a couple seniors, and Gavin Hooper and then Dylan Dickey. And it was the coolest thing because I gave him a football, and he threw it. Hooper threw it to Dickey, and it was like, whoa, you can actually throw a football and catch it and not get in trouble. So just that little thing like that, and just football's back, man. And like, let's go.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Coach, because that first phase or whatever, when we first started going, we had all kinds of coaches here on the Inland Sports Show, and I'd be like, what are you guys doing? They're like, it looks like a track practice, or we're doing yoga. Like, we can't touch each other, we can't use equipment, we can't do this, we can't do that. But here we are on the verge of a high school football season, even though it's abbreviated, but still nevertheless, like you brought up for the seniors, right, to give these seniors a couple more opportunities to put on those heritage colors.
Yeah, it's going to be all for the seniors. Send them out the correct way. They've been battling for 4 years now, and we want them to have padded football. And so to give that to them, they need it. They love football and they need it in their lives with what's going on. And so it's good to see them out there in pads. We could only do so much yoga and sprints and abs, like their beach muscles are ready to go. So for summer, man, they're set. But just to have football, it means the world.
Coach, you say it means the world. And, if I could go back to a recent interview, we had Kurt Bruick from Citrus Valley, and I said, how important is it to have your guys out on the field? And he said, it's saving kids' lives. And he's like, I'm not trying to be overly dramatic. He's like, this will save some kids' lives to be able to have the chance to see their friends, to be out there and compete once again, have a little bit of normalcy in their lives once again. So, again, I don't want to feel like I'm being too over dramatic, but this is a big thing to have high school football.
It is, for the mental well-being. I'm a grown man, and you can tell by the mustache, my quarantine mustache. But and it's tough. It's tough for me. And then think about these kids, and to have football, it's not overboard. It truly is saving their lives. And being out there and laughing and joking around. And to have that normalcy for them, to have that positivity, man, it's been great. And it truly is, saving lives.
Yeah, I think sports, people say, okay, sports obviously good for your physical health, but man, it works wonders for your mental health as well.
Yeah, it really does. You need a well-balanced life, and so it's helping with grades as well. Because now they have something to kind of dangling that little carrot. Hey, you need to be eligible. Let's make this happen. Yeah. And so it's really good. And, even the parents are happy. They're like, hey, thank you. We needed this. My kids needed this. And then take some pressure off the parents as well. And so, overall, just the whole family dynamic is getting a lot better. So. Very happy.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, we're excited for you to make your debut finally as the Heritage head football coach. And, already an early season audible, if you want to say that, because of the safety protocols that are in place. Your opponent and Murrieta Valley's opponent both had some positive cases, and hope everyone's doing well and safe, of course. But now you're going to open up with Murrieta Valley, which, Coach, that's a big-time team in the Southwestern League. Like, welcome to high school football head coaching. You're going to play the Nighthawks.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like, man, they're stacked. Coach Wilson over there, they're stacking. My heart goes out to those teams that can't play for the next couple of weeks. I feel for them, and we spoke about that during practice today, and not taking each day for granted, being out there in pads. But MV, man, those Nighthawks, they are stacked every year. And hey, why not? Why not? Why not? And I know those coaches over there, and they're good guys, and they do great things with those guys. And but we're excited. Our players are excited. We told them today, and they're pumped up. They have some buddies on that team, and it's going to be a good one, Pep.
So, Coach, it's looking Friday night, 7 o'clock at Murrieta Valley?
So it's going to be there. So we're supposed to be home, but, hey, we'll play anywhere, man. We have one home game. And, again, we're just looking week to week and, just, one step at a time, man, hour by hour, Yeah,
and I think at this point, I think most high school coaches, specifically high school football, they're not picky right now. Hey, you just tell me when and where. We'll have the team there. You bring your team, and we'll play a football game.
Yeah. Our AD's like, all right, hey, who are they playing? All right, who are they? All right, make the call, make it happen. And it changes. I like to say a week by week, but it's not even day by day. It's literally hour by hour. And it's like, calling an audible, like you said, calling an audible. And, I'm thankful to be, part of a great district and make things happen. So made it happen. And, again, anything, and other districts know about that, it's all for the kids. And so anything we need to do.
Yeah, big shout out to Scott Moore and everyone else at Heritage going the extra mile to make sure you guys still have a game in that first, a week from this week. Coach, let me end on this again, because I apologize to your wife because I'm probably texting you way too much, but I texted you about a week or two ago because I said, Coach, are you really playing the Rancho Verde twice in one spring season? And you said, yeah, it's actually happening. Coach, I'm fired up about it. I love it.
Yeah. So that's not a misprint, no typo. We are playing them twice. And again, it goes, and they're stacked. Coach Duffy, they are stacked over there. But so are we. We have great guys, and I know they're excited for that game. We always look forward to that because you want to measure what type of team you are, and so why not play one of the best. And so we're excited to play them twice, and it's going to be good. I say good one, but we played them twice, so hopefully we'll learn some things for both games, and we just want to play, and whoever it is, it's going to be awesome. So.
Yeah, there's some history there going back to a CIF championship game, and now you're league rivals. So I love it. I love you guys playing twice.
It'll be a great one. Absolutely. So I know they're happy to, that we're playing twice, and we're happy. So it's good. Our guys are excited for the challenge.
Well, Coach, I always love talking to you. Best of luck in that season opener coming up, and I will probably be bugging you again on my phone shortly.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Thanks, Pat, for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. That's Adam Contreras from Heritage High School, head football coach of the Patriots, getting ready for their season opener. Not this weekend, but the following Friday at Murrieta Valley. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk girls soccer with the reigning D5 champions, Beaumont High School, next on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken Sporting Goods. We all have a cross to bear. We have challenges. We have obstacles in our life. For me, for Pep Fernandez, it's being a Sacramento Kings fan. It's very, very hard. I don't recommend it for everyone. 40-year Eagles fan, so I think you can relate a little bit.
Absolutely.
But sometimes miracles happen, and the Kings beat the Lakers last night, 123-120. And I probably buried the lead, but LeBron James and Anthony Davis did not play, but the Kings still won, and I'll take it.
I was going to say, at what point are you going to bring this up? You're smart enough. A win is a win. You will just take, I'm from Seattle. That is a win.
The Pac-12 last year, remember, they started late. They had an abbreviated season. It was short. Well, the Pac-12 already rolled out their college football schedule for this upcoming fall. 12 games, 9 conference games. They are going all in, and I'm kind of surprised they made the announcement so early, but it's I think building confidence that college football will resume to some normality this fall.
Super pumped about this. They totally dropped the ball, and then I think they got new leadership in Pac-12. Lo and behold, they have it figured out.
Check it out. KCal 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday, 9:30 a.m. talking local sports. Okay, so big thanks to Adam Contreras, head football coach at Heritage High School, getting ready for the high school football season this spring. And high school soccer pushed back a little bit, so we're going to have soccer through April and May and maybe even a long playoff run in June if you're a team like the Beaumont High School girls soccer team right here. So we got head coach Julio Reyes, we got Kayla Oldenburg, we got Sydney Powell, we got the whole crew joining us. And Coach, my first question for you as the reigning Division V champions of the world in the CIF Southern section is, I thought you were supposed to be practicing right now. Why are you at home right now?
Well, it started raining pretty hard today. So, and the girls have been practicing as well. We've been training, and they have games over the weekend with their club team since this season. CIF is letting girls play club and high school at the same time.
So it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You kind of got to pace yourself a little bit, right?
Right.
Well, Coach, hey, I appreciate you and some of your players for jumping on the Inland Sports Show tonight. And I know even going back to last year when you guys were able to win that CIF Southern Section Division V championship, that was like right at, I guess you would say, the beginning of the pandemic, right? Like you barely got the entire soccer season in before things got crazy, right?
Yeah, we barely got to finish our season because like right after that, when we were in playoffs, they were already talking about it. Like the girls were already joking around, like, oh, COVID this, COVID that. But that was just a joke, you know? And then it ended up turning into something super serious, and now it affected us 1 year later. You know, we've been on the stadium. A year ago was our last time we played the CIF. We barely started training like a month or two ago. And even then, difficult for these girls, you know? So we're super grateful that we're able to train and get back into it.
Yeah, Coach, I'm so excited that you guys are having, I guess, like a spring season for high school soccer this year, because normally, like we said, normally you'd be wrapping up your year right about now. You know, CIF would be over, and maybe you'd go for that week, you know, CIF SoCal regional playoff run. But, yeah, the season would be wrapping up now. It'd be done. But instead, you're just getting ready to start your high school soccer season. So is it going to be kind of cool to be playing high school soccer matches all the way up until basically summer?
At this point, I'm just happy to be playing, and I'm sure the girls are too, because this whole year it was iffy. You know, a lot of questions like, are we going to play? Is the pandemic going to finish? Are we allowed to have spectators? All those things are still up in the air, some of them. So I know the girls as well as myself, we are super excited just to even play, and we don't care what season we play, even if it's spring, even if it was summer, we're excited.
All right, this is going to be like an episode of MTV Cribs because we're just going to be bouncing around from house to house right now. Let's go to Kayla Oldenburg. She's in the middle right there on your screen. She's a senior. She had the goal heard around the world last year in that championship match, that 1-0 win against Charter Oak for that D5 championship. Kayla, as a senior, are you just stoked to be out there again with your teammates and getting another chance to, as a senior, play your senior season?
You know, with it being my senior year, I was extremely bummed for that to not be an option at the time and having like that kind of doubt that it wasn't going to happen. But with it being approved and it getting ready to start, I'm super stoked to be able to be back on the team with my team, or back on the field with my team, excuse me.
So, Kayla, going back to last year as a CIF Southern Section champion, does that fuel you from last year? Do you use that as motivation to come back this year? Or is this kind of like a brand new team, different circumstances, it's a clean slate?
It's most definitely exciting to come off of the CIF championship from last year, but again, it is a new team. It's a new, like, we're adding new girls to the team. There's only 3 returning seniors this year, so it is kind of that new slate, but it definitely does fuel me to work super hard for this season and work super hard for the girls and my team so that we can try and win as much as we can this season, even if there is no CIF run for us.
All right, now, Kayla, let's go to your teammate, Sydney Powell. Nobody scores goals like Sydney Powell out there. Had a great sophomore season, coming back as a junior. Sydney, what are some of the, I say goals, your goals that you set for yourself in terms of, maybe it's a certain number of goals you want to score, maybe it's helping your team, once again, get to a championship game. What are some goals, and I pun intended here, that you set out for yourself?
I don't know. I have to definitely say that one of the biggest things is I don't look at the numbers during the season. I never look at stats going through the season because I think that's kind of a bad thing because you kind of start to focus too much on the numbers. But just setting the goal to, I want to help my team however I can. I want to win the game. And every time we win a game, it's just a step closer to that CIF. I think that's the way we took it last year. I mean, every game we won, we were like, oh, that's one step closer. And each step just led to that CIF win. And I think as long as you take it little by little, just know that you want to help your team and know that it's not just like a stats thing. It's more of you're looking out for your team thing.
All right, guys, I want to ask you this. I played high school soccer on some really bad teams, so we didn't really do anything. I never won a ring. But if I had a ring, I'd wear it all the time. Does anyone wear their ring? Does anyone have it on right now? Sydney, Kayla, Coach Reyes? Yeah. Oh, all of them. Johnny, yes. Can we go to – hold on, keep that up. Johnny, our director, I think is going to try to get the 3-shot. Just keep those rings up because, again, I played on some really bad teams, but you guys are really good and you've got all the rings out. That's amazing, those championship rings. But really, seriously, how often do you guys wear those?
Sydney? I personally don't wear it as much, but – if like all my other coaches, like friend coaches that coach at other high schools, I could say, just pop it out on my desk and just show them.
Well, guys, listen, it's going to be a fantastic season. We're very excited. Sydney, Kayla, Coach Reyes, big things on the horizon. Again, I think for Beaumont High School soccer, we really appreciate you joining us here on the Inland Sports Show, and best of luck this upcoming season.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate that, Pep.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And don't be afraid of the rain. You can practice in the rain next time.
That's what I said.
I'm just messing with you guys. That's the Beaumont High School girls soccer team here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back talking some Norco High School softball.
This is Centennial High School football coach Matt Logan. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Again, we appreciate you tuning in each and every Wednesday night at 6:05. Big thanks to Heritage football coach Adam Contreras and the Beaumont girls soccer team. We had some gremlins in the equipment behind the scenes. We had to cut off that interview a little bit shorter than we have liked, but we love Beaumont High School girls soccer, and thank you so much for making time for us on a Wednesday night. Even though they weren't practicing, they should have been out there practicing in the rain, but just giving them a hard time. Again, this is the very start of the season. It could be a long season for high school soccer, and specifically for Beaumont, because they're going to be very, very good again with Kayla Oldenburg, Sydney Powell, and the rest of the team. But now we're switching gears to high school softball, and we know nobody's better than the Norco Cougars. Joining us live on the show, we love this guy. They're so good, and he always makes time for us. It's Rick Robinson, the head coach of the Cougars. And Coach, you know, I think back to last season when the spring sports season was cut short, and you guys were off to a great start. And here we are a year later, you're finally going to get a chance to get on the field and hopefully play an entire season. Are you excited to be on the diamond once again with your team?
Oh, absolutely. It's just nice to be back out there with them. And after a year, it just is really starting to get that sense of normal again, you know, be out there. But it's really a new team. We graduated 7 players last year. So it's rebuild again.
Was it hard, Coach, for those seniors that you talked about from graduating last year? Was it hard? I think you guys started like 11-1. It was a good start, and they just didn't get a chance to maybe win back-to-back, Division I championships.
Actually, it would have been 3.
Oh, 3. There you go. Yeah. Was it hard though to not let them have a chance? That group of seniors have a chance to see what they could have done last year.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing was that when we first went down, you were told it was going to be 3 weeks, and then it extends, and then it finally became the point we weren't coming back.
Yeah, I think that was hard for all of us because we thought maybe there's a chance, we'll get back and resume the spring sports season. But of course, here we are 12 months later, and I think we're just happy to have some, resemblance of high school sports now, including softball. And Coach, your season is going to start next weekend. You guys are going to hit the ground running. You've got a very tough schedule to open things up with. Are you excited about some of these opportunities that your team's going to have early on? Because you're going to find out how good this team is pretty fast, it looks like.
Right. We have always liked to play the toughest schedule we can because I think it prepares you for the playoffs, and hopefully there is a playoffs. But yeah, we play. We have a scrimmage on Wednesday. We've played 2 scrimmages before this, but we play our official scrimmage on Wednesday. Then we open with Ramon on Friday. But then the following week we travel to number 6 in the nation, according to Max Preps, at Los Alamitos, and then number 1 in the nation by Max Preps comes to Norco, Chino Hills.
It's funny you say, you like to play other good teams, like you never shy away. And I do believe it, but I think it's all the other teams saying, hey, we want Norco. We don't want to shy away from Norco. We want to get a chance at, the awesome program that you've got going on over there with Norco High School. Coach, those goals that you set out each and every year, I mean, D1 championships, obviously, in the section, state title, the mythical national championship. I mean, it's the same goals year after year, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's everything we do is to prepare for the 5 games at the end. Really, you shoot for the CIF title, the mythical state and national title. That's an opinion. You'd love to play those off, but we never get to do that. We were supposed to have the regional championships to start moving towards a true softball state, but I don't see that happening this year.
Well, Coach, let's just say, just for the sake of this conversation right now, we do have a section playoffs, and they said, okay, let's have 1 week of regionals. You'll have 3 games. Maybe it's like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. We'll crown a Southern California champion. That'd be pretty exciting because, like you mentioned, we haven't had that for softball. It's just this, this voting, this poll, like saying who is a state champion. That would be kind of exciting, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would be great. I mean, that's why we like going to that tournament in Arizona every year. You get to play teams out of your section. And I know a couple of years ago, we went down to modern-day San Diego to play them. They were the top-rated team in the San Diego section. Because you always like to challenge yourself. You want to make it where the playoffs is nothing you haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's funny, Coach, is between Orange County and the Big 8 League, we'll throw the Southwestern League in there, too. I don't know if you'll find better softball anywhere, right?
I don't think so. I mean, it's good softball, and then you go to the travel season and you see those same group of kids competing against each other.
Well, Coach, let's do some name dropping. You talked about you had 7 great seniors who graduated from last season. Who are some of the players that you'll be looking forward to having this year, having big seasons for the Cougars?
Well, I think we got to start with Stevie Hansen, the pitcher. She has grown each year. She's pitched, I can't really say last year behind Sarah Willis and the year before. They split time last year. Stevie's career at Norco is 20-0, and she averages right around 2 strikeouts an inning. So we've played 2 scrimmage games so far this year. She's pitched 6 innings. She's pitched 6 perfect innings, struck out 16, and had a couple of soft hits that were obviously outs. Abby Dayton, who was the freshman on our 2019 championship team. She was the only freshman on that team. And now, you already make it to your junior year. But she's led the team in runs scored the last 2 years that we've played. And then we're right now, it only looks like you'll have, we'll have 2 juniors, Delaney Weldon, so we'll have 6 of our starters will be underclassmen. Alyssa Hovermill, Maya Perez, and then everyone else is fighting for jobs.
Coach, is that kind of nice when you have your team and you have some upperclassmen out there starting and you have some younger players as well? It's almost like you're playing to win now, but you're also kind of still building for the future. Like that program, that machine just keeps going.
Absolutely, you're always playing for now, but you're always trying to build. And then the next one, the seniors hand their legacy off to the next one.
And Coach, finally on this, nationally ranked number 4 right now. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Do you keep an eye on those rankings much?
Not until June.
That's the right answer.
Hey, it only matters if you're number 1 after the last game of the season.
Well, you guys will certainly be in the mix. Coach, I thank you for making time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. I do appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you out there on the diamond sometime soon in Big 8 League play. And again, that great non-league schedule that you have early on with Chino Hills, Los Alamitos, and that season opener against nearby Ramona High School, Coach. So that's a great schedule.
Well, hey, we'd love to see you out there anytime you want to come out to a game.
Yes, sir. That is Rick Robinson, head softball coach at Norco High School. Again, number 4 in the nation and the reigning Division I champions here in the Southern section. Coach Robinson, always appreciate the time. And again, softball season is here beginning next week. Another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, a live report from Las Vegas in the Western Athletic Conference basketball tournament. We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
.96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
The number 1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit KenSportingGoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken Sporting Goods. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the number 1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information.
The rebound. Grigsby's behind the play. It's a 5-on-4. Nottage puts up the 3, and it's good. Nothing but Nottage. 33-25. Lancers on the big time Nottage 3.
And And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez. Johnny Nunez, our director behind the scenes. We've had a big show, a championship edition of the Inland Sports Show, talking high school football, high school softball, and high school girls soccer. Now we turn our attention to college basketball. It's March Madness, and as you know, we were talking about early on in the show, it was this week, 1 year ago, when the pandemic really set in. Everything went on lockdown, and it was on the eve of those conference tournaments when everything was being canceled. But here we are a year later. We're having these conference basketball tournaments, and we're taking you out to Las Vegas at Mandalay Bay. We got the Big West tournament, and at the Orleans Arena, we have the Western Athletic Conference. Joining us live on the show, he's our senior writer, Daryl Trujillo, out there covering, what do they call it, Daryl? WAC Vegas, right?
Yep, we call it WAC Vegas.
Yeah, the WAC Vegas. Being in Las Vegas, we've got some great games. And for the CBU women who are undefeated on the season, 22-0, we now know who they're going to play, right?
Yeah, they will play New Mexico State for a third time Friday morning in semifinal number 1 at 11 a.m. That'll tip off our day of semifinals on Friday. New Mexico State survived a several gutsy rallies from Seattle University to earn their spot in the semis.
And, you know, Daryl, I probably buried the lead here, but the CBU women's basketball team has already received an automatic bid to the women's NIT. That is massive, huge news.
Yeah, it's the second WNIT berth in 3 years for Coach Jared Olson and company. I mean, I know they'd want the trip to the big dance, but the rules don't allow it at this point, so that's the next best ticket for them. The interesting thing here in the WAC is if the CBU women win the tournament, the number 2 team from the regular season standings gets the NCAA tournament berth by tiebreak, by a vote of the coaches. In this case, that was Utah Valley, who just defeated Chicago State, and they only got that tiebreaker because they played 2 more games than Grand Canyon, 2 more wins in the win column than Grand Canyon. So Grand Canyon in this next game that tips off at 8 o'clock, I expect them to come out fired up and ready to go against UTRGV, who made it interesting. And I expect round 3 of CBU and GCU on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that could be a good one if that happens. Now, on the men's side, Daryl, the CBU men will play Seattle tomorrow for the 3rd straight time. And what's funny is you brought up the women, how if CBU wins the conference tournament, the runner-up for the regular season would go into the March Madness, the NCAA tournament. And for the men, you know, the regular season champion was Grand Canyon. So if CBU wins the conference tournament, GCU could still get in to the big dance. So GCU actually has 2 ways in to March Madness if CBU is able to win the men's side.
That's correct. And I actually was looking at another mid-major basketball blogger, Happening Hoops, and he is currently projecting CBU men to get into the, I want to say it's the CBI or the CIT, one of those again. I don't know what the difference is in eligibility between the NIT and those two, but he's currently projecting the CBU men to get into one of those tournaments, depending on, of course, on what happens in Vegas this weekend.
Yeah, it's exciting that CBU is already so competitive. Like you mentioned, 2 WNITs in 3 years for the women's team. And the men's team, last year they were unbelievable. Another strong season this year, and it looks like a postseason tournament is in their future as well. You're out there at WAC Vegas. Is there some sort of a buzz or a conversation about how good CBU is so early on in their Division I career?
I mean, it's really been a quiet day over here. They are letting fans into the Orleans Arena. It's up to 125 as awarded by each institution. But really, there hasn't been that big of a crowd over here. And a lot of us, you know, the writers and the media, we're in our own little cubicles up here. I mean, I'm in a suite up here about 3 levels up. I don't know if you saw the picture I took from Instagram, but you can kind of see what the view is like from up here. It's not a bad seat in the house here.
That is the special Daryl Trujillo suite at the Orleans Arena. He's rocking his Inland Sports mask. Daryl, great report. I appreciate it, and have fun out there. Not too much fun, but have fun out there at the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Check out the website later tonight for my recap of day 1, and we'll have a story on the CBU men's game tomorrow night also.
You got it. That's Daryl Trujillo, senior writer here for the Inland Sports Show, joining us live from Las Vegas. Thanks, Daryl. Appreciate it. Awesome. So, again, CBU men and women not eligible for the big dance, but still out there competing, can win a conference tournament, which this is their first year that they're eligible to play in the WAC conference tournament. And, Johnny, let's talk a little Redlands football. We got a little interview that we want to show because the Redlands Bulldogs will play a very, very short spring football season. When I say short, I'm talking about like one game. They're hoping to play a home-and-home with Cal Lutheran, but instead it looks like it'll be one game in Redlands on Sunday, April 11th. But again, everything is very fluid. That could still change. But right now, Cal Lu is in, the U of R is in, and both teams are in helmets and pads getting ready for that spring football game. We had a chance to catch up with head coach Mike Maynard and some of his top players, including a lot of running backs, about this upcoming game on April 11th, the spring game, as we'll call it, at Ted Runner Stadium.
You know, we call this the spring season of sudden change, and everything is changing, and we're hopeful that we can stay COVID-free as we go through the rest of this process. Same for Cal Lutheran. We appreciate those guys so much giving us this opportunity to play a home game on April 11th. And we'll have a scrimmage here and there before that, but we'll have a live and in-color game against Cal Lutheran on April 11th.
So it was just really cool to finally get back into it and know that we're just not practicing just to practice, but we're practicing for a goal. I think we all have that same mentality to where it's like whatever the day, whatever the time, whatever their opponent, like we're hitting and we're going, and it's just exciting to finally be back with everybody and really feeling like playing football again.
It was super exciting. I really missed it, so it's great to be back out here and hitting again. So we're really excited to play.
I'd say we're getting just prepared for Cal Lu. We want to win a playoff game. You know, we want to go further.
Yeah, practice by practice, I can see the improvement with everyone and the hustle and the hard work going around and spreading with the team.
The Bulldogs, man. Coach Maynard, a trio of running backs, and defensive back Brandon Heinel from Redlands East Valley. They got a lot of local guys on the Bulldogs once again out there at the University of Redlands. We'll have more on the Bulldogs as we walk our way up towards April 11th, that spring game against Cal Lutheran. Well, that's it. We want to thank Heritage head football coach Adam Contreras, the Beaumont girls soccer team, Coach Reyes, Kayla Oldenburg, and Sydney Powell, and of course, the head softball coach at Norco High School, Mr. Rick Robinson, one of the top programs in the entire country. And again, preseason ranked number 4 in the nation right now, Norco High School. All right, my name is Pep Fernandez. We will see you again next time on the Inland Sports Show. And again, more high school football talk because the spring season is here. Be safe. God bless you. And let's all stay out of trouble so we can have a high school football season, right? We'll see you next time on the Inland Sports Show.